iPhone 5S versus iPhone SE, iOS 12, Beta 12. Which one is the 5S? Is it the left or is it the right? Comment down below. Coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology 1 week away from the announcement of the new iPhones. And today I want to discuss some of the older boys. Apple's claiming that these old phones are going to get faster with iOS 12 due to the increase in the app speed. Specifically, the camera is supposed to be quicker as well. I'm not sure if third-party developers are going to make them faster, but if you guessed the iPhone 5S was on the left, you were correct. And if you guessed the SE was on the right, you were also correct. But if you guessed it this way, you were absolutely incorrect. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and begin with a boot up test. I'm going to start the timer a little bit early here just because I don't have three hands. So let me go ahead and hit start, and we're going to go ahead and boot these up at the same time and see which one gets there first. So the 5S shows that Apple logo first, but that doesn't mean it will boot up first. I made a video earlier this year titled "Don't Buy a 5S," and I still stand by that. It has attracted a lot of haters, but that's okay because these people don't want to face the fact that the 5S is definitely slowed down quite a bit, and the SE boots up in around 20 seconds. I'm not seeing iOS 12 change much of that opinion when it comes to the speed. It actually hasn't gotten like extremely faster. Now, it is impressive that Apple is still able to support a 5-year-old phone, but the fact of the matter remains that 1 gig of RAM, A7 CPU, just not a very fast phone still here in 2018. So you can see the lap times. The SE twice as fast, like 50% better, 20 to 41 on the boot up test. So very good stuff here for the SE, but not so great on the 5S. Okay, just so we don't get mixed up, you can see this is the iPhone 5S, no SE badge. Let me go ahead and show you that we are running iOS 12, Beta 12, and there probably going to be another beta today while I'm making this video, I bet. 16A, 53, 66A, these betas are coming out faster than you can blink an eye. And here is the iPhone SE, iOS 12, Beta 12. Let's go down to General and let's hit About here. And you can see this is running 16A, 53, 66A, the same version. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to test these again. I'm going to use the timer here, and we're going to just go through the apps on each of them to see which one can load them up faster. We're going to begin here with the 5S. So we can go in the calendar. Let's go to clock. And one area that's kind of a trickster on the 5S is that it's the stock Apple apps that seem to open quickly. But when you start getting into these third-party apps, that's where you see the slowdown for the 5S. So you can see it just takes a while for things to load up for this device. Now, when you, like I say, when you're in the stock Apple apps though, it fools you into thinking, okay, this phone is still smooth. When you're going on the home screens, it's still smooth. But that doesn't make up the difference of, you know, a lot of these apps and services that you're using every day where it starts to choke up. So let's go into Snapchat and let's go into the next one, which is WhatsApp. And you can see speed test. Wow, this is just so slow. Safari, I mean, you see it just takes forever. Camera, now this should be decent as Apple has improved this, and even that wasn't too fast. So about 2 minutes and 30, you know, we could give or take here and there, maybe 2:15 with the little motions I was doing, but still over 2 minutes just to open these apps up. Not very impressive here. iOS 12, Beta 12, 5S. Let's move on to the SE. Okay, so here we are with the iPhone SE. Let's go into the calendar and let's go into the clock. And let's go into the calculator. Let's go into settings and let's go into Instagram. I am going to go through some pages as I did with the 5S here as I was talking and went through some of these just so it's a little more fair. And you could see, there we go. Good performance so far. Twitter really was slow for the 5S, but is it slow for the SE? Not too bad here on this device. Let's go into Snapchat. Go into speed test, and you could see Safari, and you could see camera, and you could see again, we're gonna pause this one here, about 1 minute 35, 1 minute 30, give or take. So about a whole minute faster I just kind of cleared that away. About a whole minute faster here for the iPhone SE over the 5S. So again, just like the boot up test, like 50% difference here. All right, so let's take a look at the performance on the general tasking. So you can see just scrolling through here, they're very decent on both. Now, the 5S definitely doesn't really seem slow. You've seen a little bit of a chop there. It doesn't seem that slow on the home screen, a little bit slower there on the notifications tray. But you know, like I say, it's only when you start actually using it, but that's really when it matters, where you feel the slowness of the 5S, where you don't really feel that with the iPhone SE. So let's go ahead and just quickly run back through these applications to see if we get any reloads. I'm gonna try to do this very fast, as we already were looking at apps for about a couple minutes there on each video shop. Now, there goes a reload there for Dead Trigger. We're not going to wait for it because we don't got time for that. Slither, another reload. Jetpack, that was ready. Actually, that might not have been ready. eBay, Amazon reloads. And expect this. I mean, 1 gig of RAM, what do you expect? Everything to be holding. Another reload. And WhatsApp reloads. And Snapchat 2, Twitter again. Instagram. Settings even reloads. Calculator with a reload, clock with a reload, and calendar. So almost everything reloaded there for the 5S. Let's take a look at the SE now to see if we get any reloads on this one. Camera, and I would expect some here too. This is only 2 gigs of RAM. It's 50% more than it's 2 gigs versus 1 gig. So, you know, you could see right there. And no reload so far for the iPhone SE. That's pretty good stuff. And Amazon, Netflix, good performance here. WhatsApp, you could see Snapchat, Twitter. Man, the A9 was just leaps and bounds better than the A7. So look at the SE just fly. So there you go. The SE is still going to run iOS 12 like a champ if you wanted to pick up a cheap one of these guys. They're only going for like $150 or so. If you're in the US, if you're in another country, it's probably a little bit more. But the SE definitely much faster on the multitasking. Let's go ahead and quickly run an internet speed test just to kind of see how they perform. So you can see it at nickackermanchannel.com, 3, 2, 1. And you could see the iPhone SE ahead. Far ahead of the 5S again. So even I think browsing experience, it's going to work fine on the 5S. You just need patience with this phone. Let's just make that the conclusion. The 5S, you need patience in 2018. I don't think it's as bad as like the 4S was when like iOS 9 came to that. That thing was horrendously slow. This is definitely usable, but you need patience. Okay, so the final Geekbench scores are in, and you can see that the 5S, just like with the boot up, just like with the speed test, it's like half as good on the Geekbench scores. Now, it's not bad on the single core. A lot of Android devices can't even get in the thousands, so that's pretty impressive there on the Geekbench. But as a conclusion, though, you've seen that I just kind of consider the iPhone 5S a trickster these days. Why do I consider it that? Because when you open it up and you boot it up, it seems pretty decent. You open it up, you go into your little, control center. You're like, ooh, Apple experience, super smooth. Then when you start like going into the applications and you start seeing that slowdown, you're like, what the hell? And then you go over here and you see that the battery is draining like at massive rates here, which it has been on the 5S. iOS 12 has helped a little bit, but nothing drastic. Then you're like, okay, time to upgrade. So over here on the SE, this actually has very good battery life still. I don't think it's as good as it was day one, just like, other versions weren't. The SE actually feels a little faster than it did on iOS 11, so I think you have good news coming for SE users. For 5S users though, like I said before, and like I say again, I think it's time to upgrade for sure. And like I say, a lot of you are gonna be mad at me. You can be mad all you want, you'll get over it. The fact of the matter is, if you're thinking about upgrading to iOS 12, both of them will be serviceable this year, but I think it's more impressive for the SE. This might be the last year for the 5S, and it ran its course. It did good, and don't think that I hate this phone, because I will be comparing this phone to the new iPhones, as many people might be upgrading from the 5S finally to a new iPhone. So that will be coming as well. If you guys found this video entertaining, informing, enjoying, do me a favor, click the like button for me. And are you going to upgrade these devices to iOS 12? Let us know down below. Are you thinking about, buying one of these? Let us know that as well down below. It's, it's just fun to talk about these things. This one was extremely fun to make, and I appreciate you guys watching. I will catch you all y'all in the next one. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well and peace.